What is up, gamers? Alright, so you've watched my video, presumably, about how to make some decent money doing combat. But you might have been really frustrated in your first few combats because you felt like you got killed really quickly. So what I want to do is I want to show you something called the DPS Calculator at erkul.games, ERKUL.games, link down below in the description. And it looks a little something like this. And this is set for my Avenger Titan. So this is a little bit more expensive as a starting ship. I watched a bunch of videos. They suggest it. I'm really happy with my choice. It costs $70 instead of 45. So follow your heart. It did save me a lot of in-game playing time. It does cost quite a bit in-game. It costs like 700,000. So it will take you a while to earn up to this one. And I think more than anything else, it does have 3 cannons. Has a size 4 and 2 size 3s, but I think more than that, it has 2 size 1 shields, which is just superbly helpful as you're starting out and you just kind of want to, I don't want to say tank battles, but you know, tank-ish. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to pick all of the different weapons that you want for this. I ran pretty early on Hurston in the game, so I already picked up 2 attrition 2s, and while there are other laser repeaters that people suggest, these work fine for me. I've been fairly happy with them. There are a bunch of graphics on damage drop off and stuff, but most laser repeaters are fairly similar. You can just go to the filter here and just type in repeater, and then that'll bring up all of the ballistic and laser repeaters. Most are laser repeaters, and you can just see on the right side here, it's going to compare all of their stats. They all have a little bit different spread. I think you start off with Badgers, and you can just keep using Badgers without really any major knock in performance. I honestly have not noticed a difference. I'm swapping out for just 2 single Thunderbolt 3 electromagnetic missiles. I've found the most success using electromagnetic missiles. If I'm going after bigger bounty targets, this will let me kill them fairly quickly. It's good against other soft targets as well. And I don't throw that many missiles, so only having 2 is fine for me. And more importantly, I can restock these at Port Olisar, which is in orbit around Crusader. And Crusader's a great place to do bounties, which is currently what I'm trying to work my way up in the bounty hunter world to get more money off of bounty hunter things. I'll cover that in a much later video. I think that's more, I don't want to say quite mid-game, but at the end of beginner game phase. They pay crap to start off with. They're actually pretty hard comparatively, and they take longer to get to those places. Note that they are much faster to get to on Crusader, so that's why I'm here. But I'll cover that all later. Next, you do want to upgrade your shields, and they all within their classes have the same HP and regen speeds. So I just sort this by their grade. Look at the A's and pick one that is on a station that you're already going to. So for me, I wanted the militaries because they also have high HP. This really matters most for PvP, especially on the Avenger Titan because the shield modules are pretty well hidden. But for other components, the HP is how much hit points the actual component has. And so, most things will take a couple of hits to knock them out when it's over the 100 threshold. Stealth is good for a low electromagnetic signature, but when you're running double shields, I get detected when I have stealth shields right now, and I get detected all the time anyway, so not worth it. Power plants. Same thing here. These are all similar inside of the grade. They do provide slightly different power, but the request times are different. So there are pros and cons to each of them. I think the military one is probably the best balance. So that's what I'm coming to pick up. And you'll notice on the bottom right side, it's going to show you where you can pick it all. I'm going to Cousin Crow's, so that's where a lot of these things have been picked out. Now for coolers, the industrial and the military are both pretty good. Cooling is what's going to really most impact your DPS. It impacts how fast your lasers recharge. So you do want to get a good cooler. I can pick this one up, the Glacier at Cousin Crow's. The Ultra Flow, I would have to go to New Babbage. that is where a lot of people suggest you start out, so you can just hang around microtech and do that if that's what you're into. But for me, I'm going to be going double glaciers here. And then for quantum drives, I've picked one that has a low spool time and incredible speed because I just want to get to my things fast inside of one system and blitz my way through. Am I going to be a Boba Fett? I stream this simultaneously on Twitch, and many thanks to German Woo for always hanging out and working through me as this regrowth period. Yes, my son would not let me play a space game without being a bounty hunter. But yeah, definitely angling that. So and then so for me this is quite a bounty hunter build. I'm going to one system. I'm not jumping between systems. I'm looking for ship to ship combat. That's it. So this does not have a very large jump distance. Quantum fuel is quite expensive to refill because it is not very efficient. But you can go and just click down on these and look through efficiencies. What I did in the very beginning was look for one with good speed and good max distance. The burst civilian is pretty good, but the one that you start out with specifically on this ship, the expedition, is actually fine. It works great. I just want one that's almost twice as fast, and the spool time is incredibly low. That way I can jump to quantum jump as quickly as possible in the event that I get into a fight that I just can't finish. Or more importantly, for bounty hunter missions, when you scale up in difficulty, the very first ones that you're going to get are going to be just hunt down one specific person, kill that one specific person, you're done. But when you do higher end bounties, they're going to have groupies, for lack of a better term. Just ads that are going to protect them when fighting against you. So you just need to be aware of those, and being able to jump in, find your target, kill your target, turn around, jump out again works really well for just claiming the money and getting out of there. You can get the extra money from turning in the bounties on the people you just killed, but it's not as worth it. So next thing I do want to show you guys is how to do that loadout. So you can also, I should show this real quick before I forget. You can also take all of these and you can add them to your cart by clicking non-stock items to cart. I've already added the ones that I need, so this is what I'm going shopping for. And then you can select your shop here. So look down, find out what shop they're in, and then go the more you can knock out at once, the better. So all of these I'm picking up from Orison at Cousin Crow's. And while I typically will just cut out the walking between places on these videos, I don't want to for this one because I want you all to see exactly where I am going and how to get there. So you're going to come out. This is where you're going to land. You're going to come out of one of these portals from the elevators. And you're going to come around and walk out. Orison is really cool because you're not going, you're going to take the Skyway Transit. You're not just going to take elevators between places. This is where you can rent ships, by the way. If you want to just try out a ship for a day, this is a great way to come do it. Constellation Andromeda is one that a lot of people suggest as kind of an end game ship. That's not crazy expensive. So, just keep that in mind. You want to go to Skyway Transit. So here you're going to come around and you're just going to take the elevators up to Skyway Transit. Make sure your elevator spawns before you get in it. This is a known bug. Again, this game is in alpha, so, before you're like, oh, it's so buggy. Like, yeah, you're playing a game in alpha. They're literally... This is one of the best interactions I've ever had with a game that's like, yeah, please give us feedback, because they genuinely want it. Oh, shuttle station is down on this one. We need to go find something to eat, though, too. But we'll go do that after. Rather to drink. Once you start getting too thirsty, you will start taking damage. So don't die from thirst. It's really pretty avoidable most of the time. All right, so we're at the spaceport, and there's going to be multiple platforms. you're going to want the... I have to remember which one it is. I was like just here and did it. So here's a map if you just want to see. And then it also is going to tell you on the map what's at each of these things. So we're looking for Cousin Crows. Cousin Crows is at Providence. So Providence is this platform here. And you're just going to wait. It's going to give you a countdown. This game, if you've watched any of the other videos or if you've never seen any and you're just watching this for the first time, everything is to scale. So these ships are the same ships that other people who have spawned into my same server and onto the same world are going to be taking. So it doesn't just like appear for me. Elevators the exact same way. So you have to wait for the object to physically come to you, open, do all the things that a normal space shuttle would do. You can sit down in a seat. You can stay standing. We'll just sit down for the full effect here. And then the ship's going to close and it's going to take off. And we're going to go take a shuttle to our platform. And for me, I love this. It just reminds me of like a Star Wars Bespin planet because it's a gas giant. But these shuttles also remind me a lot of Amsterdam and taking like the canal boats in Amsterdam. Not like the ones in Venice. I always forget what those are called. Oh yeah, the little like little canoes. They have a name for them. I always forget what it is. It's not like those. This very much feels like the boats in Amsterdam. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, fond memories. That's where I did my study abroad to Germany when I was in high school for a year on a scholarship program, and I lived right next to the Netherlands, so we went there a couple of times and just had a fantastic time walking around, getting fries with mayonnaise was like mind-blowing to me. Okay, this is where you're gonna come in if you take the space shuttle. There is another terminal. Another one will dock right there if you're coming from habitation. And then here is if you get lost, this is where you should look. Just note that Cousin Crows is a little bit weird to get to. This does point us this way. This is your shipping and trading console. That's nothing. These are vats of gas. And then Cousin Crows you're going to see is going to point us to the left here. So we're going to go over. I don't think that that's actually accurate. I'm pretty sure it's down over here. I think mostly what it meant is you have to go down in through here, over, down, and around. It's kind of a fun little shop because you do feel like you're finding your back alley shop here to fix your ship up. And you can see, you can't get into any of these and you can't buy them here. This is like an auto body shop. It gives you kind of like Fast and Furious vibes where they've got like all the engines ready to get loaded into ships. And you can come up over here and you can look at them. It's kind of fun to see what all the different ships look like in person and see them to scale. It's really cool. I really like it. I think this shop has one of the coolest outfitting vibes, and it is one of the best shops for outfitting. Now you can look at each of the individual pieces. They like to display Apocalypse Arms stuff here really prominently. And you can buy these directly by clicking on them and selecting them. I don't suggest that. It takes forever to find what you're looking for, and not everything that they have is on display here. Shredder, Gatling. So instead what I suggest is just coming straight back to these terminals. You go to the Shop Now terminal. You're going to press F to select it. And then I do suggest going to categories. And right now I need to bring up my shopping list on my alternative screen here and just make sure I'm getting everything correctly. So first things first, I want systems. I want a power plant first. And I'm going to get a JS300 right here. And since I'm just buying one, I can do quick buy. That's just going to put it into my local inventory. I'm going to show you how to apply all of this to your ship at the very end of this video. Now, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my cooler. So I'm just going to come into here, press coolers. And you don't need to do the subcategories. You can scroll down and find them. I just find it's very helpful. It really helps me sort through them. I'm looking for Glacier. And I'm going to go to buy. And I'm going to get 2 of these. And you do click buy if you need to buy more than 1 of them. Now we're looking for FR66 shield generators. Now, if you're really poor and this is all the money that you have, which was the first time, gondolas, that's what they're called in Venice. Thank you, Chern Wu. It just is like it not like when I think of gondola, I think of like the lifts that go up mountains. So it always kind of messes with my brain. VK00 for a quantum drive. Quantum drives are pretty expensive, by the way. Now, if you're poor in the game, I mean, this just cost me like 120K. I'm going to have to go out and earn all of that again. But just like fixing ships, messing with mods and components, I love it. But if you're poor, what you're going to do is you're going to buy all those. You're going to stay right here. You want to have stored your ship when you landed. That's very important. Because then you can go to vehicle maintenance services. No, it's not vehicle maintenance. Vehicle loadout manager. Select your ship. And then you're going to be able to apply all the different things that you bought. This is from my Gray Rock. Oh no, it's from my, not my Gray Rock. It's from my other one. Either way, we're doing. It's from my Nomad. Watch for the mining video to see that one. I'm not gonna give you guys a loadout because it doesn't really matter all that much for the Nomad. And when you're first starting out, you're probably gonna want to rent a Cuddy Black anyway. I like that we're matching Aegis Dynamics with, so the brand of the ship is matched with the brand of the coolers, so that's kind of cool. And our armaments, going for that JS300. Quantum drive, we're going for the YTech VK00. 00, if you want to sound cool. For shield generators, we're going to the FR66s. So my electromagnetic tolerance is going to go up here, so I'm going to be a little bit more spottable. I'm okay with that. This weapon is fairly tanky. Alright, so it did unequip my missiles. I'm going to have to go back up to Port Olisar and do that. But just while we're here, I don't think that there are any. But if you've done that and you're out of money, you can go to sell and you can sell all those components that you have. Although it looks like they're not buying them back from me, so that's a little annoying. So most places will buy them back. I'm not sure why they're not doing that here. Just gonna check weapons. Yeah, they don't have any missiles at this one. But you can buy, all of your turrets. And just note that also for ships, I'll walk you through this just really quickly. If you want a gimbal mount for your ship, it's going to knock down the size of the weapon you're able to apply to it by 1. So here, the wing mounts are size 3s, so you put a size 3 gimbal mount on it, and then it's going to put a size 2 laser on that ship as well. So, and if I come to my nose, it's a size 4, and I'm able to put a size 3 laser on that. So we need to go back up to Port Olisar. I made some changes to my ship, but for some reason it did not apply those changes. So I'm going to have to go back up and make those to get my weapons back on. But I don't need to bore you guys with those details. This pretty much wraps up this video. You can go ahead and sell those there. If they don't buy them there, though, you can try to sell them as well. I don't think Kovalex will buy them, but we'll check. This is just the regular trading and shipping console. For some reason, it doesn't want to respond to me. Okay, or not. But you can try to sell them at that place too. So that's, yeah, it can be a good way to recover some money. Personally, I'm not selling any of them because those were components I paid some money for at Bajini Point, so I had to fly all the way out to a different system, ArcCore, to get them, and they are mostly all stealth components. So I'm probably going to be building a stealth ship later on. I do suggest stealth components for mining, so that's just something that you can choose to do or not do. Oh, this is all crane access. I took all the totally wrong way. I was just trying to go find some food to show you guys that you can buy food here as well. Note that you can totally fall off, and you will die if you do what I just did. Best thing to do is try to jump back on over there. So be careful while you're walking around this place. All right, we're back to the spaceport. You can get very lost in here. This is the other place I wanted to check for you guys. This trading console will probably buy them. I'll choose your source. Nope, guess not. All right, so you might have to load those old components onto your ship and fly them over to a different system and sell them somewhere else that actually sells those specific components. So just keep that in mind. Until next time, though, let me know if you guys have questions or comments on this video. If you have other suggestions or things you'd like to hear about, also let me know that. And until next time, good luck out there. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.